And they're off. Dawdling beginning for best man speech. Out very well in the center. There's Joe the Tailor up to a length margin over second running. Hand Over My Heart, who speeds up underneath, along with Stance. So they're going to line up. It's Joe the Tailor, Stance, Hand Over My Heart is third, running up into fourth. There's Watching the Tide roll in a handy position. Well back to CC Rhythm, flanked on the outer by Strope. Next on the wider part of the track comes Pete's Legacy. Underneath that one is Ray's Richie's Ransom, and continually searching for the best path is Best Man Speech, trailing by 10. They go by the 2 furlong mark in the opener. Down the stretch, a little bit drifty for Joe the Tailor on debut. Still has the 1 length margin. In tight there is Hand Over My Heart, and Stance is coming up, and here comes a big move on the outside for Strope, who's gaining up into the super. But on debut, it's Joe the Tailor. Well suited for this group. It's Strope for second, Stance was third, and then Hand Over My Heart. In the winner's circle steps Joe the Tailor and jockey Alvin Ortiz for Catalano Thoroughbreds Incorporated, an LAZ Racing Stable LLC. Joe the Tailor was piloted home by Alvin Ortiz. 2-year-old Chestnut Colt by Speightster out of My Heavenly Sign by Forest Camp. And they're off. Good start in the center. Cahokia Posse gets past underneath by Tense, who secures that inside rail in the opening half a furlong. Love You Like Crazy, the odds board leaders, flanked on the outside by Freedom Attack. They're right together dueling for second. And now second goes to Freedom Attack. Love You Like Crazy is back now fourth, because this one's passed on the outside by Cahokia Posse. And then on the outer flow comes Primity challenging for fourth. Next comes Wildwood Galley in fifth and sixth. Now seventh with Wicked Sky, and Lucian is the last horse, but up closer than usual, up by about 8.5 lengths. Dueling leaders around the turn, past the 5/16. Inside is Longshot Tense. Outside is Cahokia Posse, these two glued to one another. Back in third, Needle to Pond for more is Freedom Attack, but still hitting the board past the 3/16. The rest are just going up and down far back. Lucian has too much to do. It's all Cahokia Posse on the board at 5-1, who made a wreck of this field. Cahokia Posse never gave him a chance. Good price, going to win by almost 7. Call it 7.5. Tense was second, then Love You Like Crazy third, and Wicked Sky was for number 6, Cahokia Posse and jockey Javor Simpson. Co-owned by Charles Ritter and trainer Scott Becker. Cahokia Posse, she's a product of Golub out of the Posse. And they're off. Good start for the outside trio. Silver Eyes, Miss High and Mighty tries to get up. And now comes Silver Eyes to bust through and has that opening midfield. Inside running through that rail there is Molly's Temple to get second away from Hot and Fresh, who's third in that firing line. Running back is Fergie Attack. The odds board leaders, they've spread out 5 deep around the turn. Silver Eyes is having a troublesome fourth going. Passed on the outside is she by Miss High and Mighty. Bowing out is Molly's Temple. Didn't want to get stepped on, is passed and last by Her Speakers On, who starts to move up on the far outside. So they straighten past the 5/16. Getting on with it, Miss High and Mighty out by 1.5 lengths from Fergie Attack in second. It's Her Speakers On taking over third from Silver Eyes fourth. Trying to muster up a decent go in fifth is Betty's Secret. Down the stretch they come. New leader, Fergie Attack on the board at 5-2. Fergie Attack is running away. It's Miss High and Mighty, the rail, Betty's Secret, and that's how they'll finish. It's Fergie Attack, a double for jockey Alvin Ortiz. Her Speakers On was second, then Betty's winner's circle. Steps number 4, Fergie Attack, and jockey Alvin Ortiz with 2 on the day. Owned by Lois McCroskey, trained by Vance Childers. Illinois bred by Donald McCroskey, 3-year-old daughter of Forest Attack out of Royal Guest by Guest Star. Winning time 1:15.2. The 3 was scratched from race number 3. And they're off. Good getaway for Comfort Me Now. Seminole Beach is going to be up prevalent to the pace, but none quicker than Snoozer and Cheekers. They go first and second. Around first turn they go, and on the outside, Snoozer grabs it away from Cheekers, who saves every bit of ground. Comfort Me Now will be third around turn number 1. Right between is Blurt, covered up by Seminole Beach. That's the top running 5. And then back we have the 2 closers, Irish Declaration and Move On Over. Move On Over is back last. They go around past the 3/4 to go mark. And it's all Snoozer. Snoozer out by 3/4 of a length from Cheekers in second, third and fourth, right together on the far outside. Blurt and Seminole Beach is deeper. Comfort Me Now sits the box seat. Then well back to the 2 closers, Irish Declaration and Move On Over. Half mile in 47 4/5 of a second. Continuing on with it is Snoozer and All of the Pace, and Alvin Ortiz out to a length and starts to stretch those legs. More than a length margin between first and second, Snoozer and Cheekers. On the move is Blurt, trying for 4 in a row. Plus mile 70-yard distance is in the pedigree. Back and forth is Comfort Me Now. Here comes a charge from Irish Declaration and Move On Over. They run as a team from far back. Dropping the white flag is Seminole Beach, who's out of it. 3/4 and 1:13 and 1. On that lead throughout has been Snoozer. Continues on with it. Deep stretch by a length. The oncoming Comfort Me Now has all the momentum. Outside running is Cheekers. Stingy and Irish Declaration nowhere to be seen. Deep stretch. Snoozer trying to last gate to wire. Comfort Me Now. Snoozer. Comfort Me Now. Got it. Snoozer too good to lose. It was Cheekers for third and then Irish Declaration. Coming back to the winners enclosure, winner of today's 4th race at 1 mile and a 16th, number 1, Comfort Me Now, and jockey Corey Orm. Owned by Bo Taylor, trained by Lori Plasters, 7-year-old gelded son of Whatnot of C.O. Bar Queen by Thunder Gulch, bred in Indiana by Marvin Johnson. The winning time, 1:48 2/5 of a second. All 7 ran in the 4th, $8. And they're off. Perfect beginning for Wendigo Spirit, who shows the way from Made to Fit in second. Right between in third, moving up is Avenging Warrior between runners. Its warning label way back in 4th. Challenged on the outside by the long shot Rule Follower 5th. 6th is Joey B, the closer. Well, Orbital Star has to get going, and so does Fairway Lane, who doesn't seem interested, is out by about 15 off the lead. They go past the half mile in 23 flat. Avenging Warrior on the board, Even Money Chalk is poised to pounce. Made to Fit goes forward and has a half a length on Avenging Warrior, who now backs out of it second. Wendigo Spirit is not done yet, likes to play possum and is rolling now on the far outside. Well back to the oncoming Orbital Star, who's 4th. 5th and 6th, Rule Follower on the move. Underneath is warning label, and out the back is the distance runner Joey B. Past the 3:30 they go. Made to Fit is gaining forward momentum. Drifting is Wendigo Spirit. Still there in second is Avenging Warrior. Closing in Orbital Star. And that guy again, Javor Simpson, has the mindset. Simpson with a riding double. Simpson, eh? Wendigo Spirit got second. Made to Fit third in the oncoming 5th race. Number 6, Orbital Star and jockey Javor Simpson with a riding double. Owned and trained by John Weezy. Orbital Star, 4-year-old gelded son of Orb out of Salina by Arch, bred in Arkansas by John L. Starr. The winning time, 1:13 4/5 of a second. Way off the pace at 6. And they're off. Stumble away for number 7, Lord Dillon, but got up pretty well anyways. It's Gallant Buck to flash that early turn of hoof. Here comes company in that of Wildwood Ministry on the inside, and on the wide part is Blue Norther. 3 in a firing line just ahead between Gallant Buck and on the inside Wildwood Ministry and Blue Norther. Back and forth is Immoral. On the outside of Immoral comes Papa's Lucky 7. The stumbler, Lord Dillon, retreats. Passed on the outside by Gold Smoke, who moves up inside. Bernie Lomax committed to the inside fence with nowhere to go. And Eternally Grateful is stymied behind traffic as well. Around the turn, Gallant Buck. Simpson looking for a triple. Talk about hunkered down beneath the mane. Blue Northern, Corey Orm. This guy is asking everything for Blue Northern, but is not responding. Here comes Immoral, gaining on the far outside as they line up about 7 deep. Inside rail, Bernie Lomax has gained the forward momentum and is taken to the lead. Eternally Grateful in close up, and here comes Gold Smoke. Gold Smoke is rolling down the crown of the course, has to catch Eternally Grateful. Eternally Grateful, Gold Smoke. Oh, I think it was Eternally Grateful by a head over Gold Smoke. Then closure, winner of race number 6, number 3, Eternally Grateful, and jockey Rainier Arrieta. Co-owned by Charles Ritter and trainer Scott Becker. 3-year-old gelded son of American Freedom out of Vivian's Grace by Candy Ride, bred in Kentucky by Dream Chaser Thoroughbreds. And they're off. A very horrific start for number 8, Namesake. Quarter horsed out of the gate for that lead is Moment. And on the outside of Moment, we'll have Right on Richie. These two tear out of the rest of the group. Then back in third is King Doodle leading the rest of the pack. King Doodle well off that inside rail that will go to on the oncoming inside-outside. Namesake now has forward momentum in that of 5th. On the outside is Landmark Deal moving up into 4th. Well back in the pack, Global Empire. And way out the back there, no early pace down the backstretch run for Carriel. The late runner trails by some 18 lengths off the speed that is on. Right between Moment, the even money favorite, and on the outside of Moment is Right on Richie. These two in simultaneous strides down the backstretch. Past the half mile they go in 47 3/5 of a second. Nothing between them. Landmark Deal is 3rd. 4th on the outside is King Doodle with a run. Namesake is 5th. And then well back there to Carriel. And nothing seen yet for Global Empire, who has to make up a ton of ground now. And they ran the 3/4 mark in the stage of 1:13 3. 3 of them vie. Landmark Deal on the split. Inside railed a Moment going the shortest way around. Fanned out 5 wide is King Doodle. They line up. And now in 5th is Namesake. Inside the final furlong, it's Landmark Deal. Dispensing with Moment, who backs out of it. Landmark Deal and King Doodle. Landmark Deal, King Doodle, and a head-bobbing finish. Into the winner's circle steps number 7, Landmark Deal, and jockey Corey Orm with a riding double. Owned by Merritt Hudson, trained by Steve Manley, a 6-year-old chestnut gelded son of Munnings out of Giant Deduction by Giants Causeway, bred in Illinois by Team Block. The winning time for the mile, 1:41 3/5 of a second. The 1 and 2 did not run in the 7th. And they're off. Perfect Dispatch. Called upon early is not to be denied, now settles in for a board placement early along the fence. Hustled upon as she stuck up to try to cross and clear, but won't let that happen, is Set the Pace, who sets it right out from She Stuck Up in 2nd and Whiter. Moving up, race to the finish, will be positioned in 3rd. Running in 4th, not hurried at all, is not to be denied. And then backwards placed we go to A Rose for Lila, who has the measure of Go Maddie Go, who'll come from far back today. The opening quarter in 24 2/5 of a second. Set the Pace. Javor Simpson up by 3/4 from both Race to the Finish and She Stuck Up. And the rail opens for Not to be Denied, who tries to go forward and has the rail. Won't want the lead though. Still with it. Set the Pace. Now running 2nd, Not to be Denied. Outside of those two is Race to the Finish and moving up. Under the pump is She Stuck Up in 4th and starting a maneuver. A Rose for Lila back in 5th, and last is Go Maddie Go. Half mile, 48 1/5 of a second. Set the Pace. Game as they come. On the lead throughout. Trailing behind is Race to the Finish and She Stuck Up. Very wide up the track as She Stuck Up, losing all kinds of ground. Here comes Go Maddie Go, skirting through the inside fence. Go Maddie Go means business, first time at the distance, and has gone from last to first within a blink of an eye. Go Maddie Go, Corey Orm looking for his 3rd on the day. Trailing is A Rose for Lila. Go Maddie Go is gone. Go Maddie Go, bet down to 6-5. Hello, A Rose for Lila completes the exacta from Set the Pace. Welcome back to the winner's enclosure. Winner of today's 8th race, number 1, Go Maddie Go. That's 5 wins in a row. Owned by the estate of Kenneth Hutchins, Dr. Doug Hutchins, conditioned by Lori Plassers. Congrats with a training double. Corey Oram with a victorious 3-bagger. A minute. Mares are off and running in the 9th and last. Scooting away nicely from the outside stall is Cookin' Roses with Foggy Kitten. These two out together. And they mean business back in 3rd and 4th. Abmar, and on the outside of Abmar, gaining up in the green is Next Time You Win. 2 by 2, they go. It's a Noah's Ark special. Inside, Arch Flyer. Outside of that is Aaliyah. Then the last two down the backstretch are the bookends, Super Tricks and Aaliyah. And on the front end, it's Cookin' Roses by just a length over Foggy Kitten, who fights back. They're going back and forth at one another. 2-1. Foggy Kitten is out by a length and a quarter. Backing out, Cookin' Roses has to do better. Here comes Next Time You Win up into 3rd. Aaliyah's moved up into 4th. 5th is Abmar around the turn. Linda Lou Image has to gain, and last is Super Tricks. Into the lane they come. It's still Foggy Kitten out by half a length. Cookin' Roses not done yet. Next Time You Win is a danger. Here comes Linda Lou Image storming down the outside. Linda Lou Image is rolling on. Linda Lou Image wins it at 2-1. It'll be Next Time You Win for the place. Running 3rd was Foggy Kitten, and then Super Tricks gained up for 4th. Circle number 2, Linda Lou Image, and jockey Victor Balin, owned by Jose Montoya, trained by Max Quinones. 5-year-old daughter of I Want Revenge out of the Alaskan Frost mare Frostina, bred in Illinois by Garrett Sunbring. The winning time, minute 14 and 1. 663.80, 280 across.